So I'm on the 14th floor of a building, and I really would like to know who can guess where the building is, and maybe we can have a conversation. Come to my DM and let's discuss. Anyway, so let's talk about what I want to talk about. I want to talk about why you should buy property now. Now. So basically this is targeted at young Nigerians, but anyone, anywhere. It applies to everyone anyway. So why am I talking to you about property ownership? For quite a number of us, we think it's something that we can only achieve later in life. But if you don't plan towards it, later will never come. So you need to have a plan. So one of the reasons why I advocate for buying a home right now is that it's a powerful investment that can secure your future. And we want to talk about, as we go in these conversations, we're going to talk about what you need to do to navigate buying your first home. But first of all, let's talk about why home ownership versus renting. Why should I begin to work towards home ownership when I can always rent? So some people, they both have their advantages. The major advantage of renting is that it's immediate. Most times you may feel like you are not able to gather enough to start paying for a house, but sometimes you may not be right. So with home ownership, you can actually build equity. So with that same amount you're spending on rent, because you have to live somewhere, you can find something to a plan. And I have something for everyone, where you can now begin to pay in installments. So what you were paying as rent, you can actually convert to equity, in the sense that the same amount, sometimes they'll tell you to bring for some people up to 1 million at once to rent. We can find you something where you can put that your 1 million to use in a way that still builds you equity. And so what else do I want to say? So when you start buying your home, you can get a mortgage. So like if what you have is 1 million and we're able to get you, let's say, property that costs, let's say 10 million, 5 million, we can work around it and see how we can use that your 1 million as equity versus you paying rent to a landlord that doesn't have any future. So let's focus on you buying a home versus spending that same money for rent. So if you are paying mortgage, for example, versus rent, and that's what my dad did. I'm not telling you something that has not worked. That's what my dad did. I'm not doing that because I have to rent where I am, and I am building. But in my dad's case, he more or less keyed into a plan where he just had to be paying his tenement rate, which was equivalent to some people's rent, and now he still has a property. So as the property value increases, your home now becomes a valuable asset for you, and you can leverage that equity in future for loans, investments, and you can even put it as part of your retirement plan. You can pass it over to your children. You can pass your rented apartment over to your children, right? In contrast, rent does not offer any return on investment. It provides you flexibility. So for example, if you don't like the place where you're staying, you know that you're just there for a year or 6 months and all, but it doesn't give you equity. So by owning your own home, you are investing in your future with the potential for your property to appreciate in value over time. So I've put together like an ebook. Right now it's currently free. It's going to be free till when I decide that it's no longer going to be free. But for now it's free, where we talk about property ownership, what can you do, and all of that. So till I come your way again next time, stay tuned for more and begin to look into your finances. You can afford that property if you put your mind to it. Thank you.